Have you ever watched something unfold on live television and thought, wait, did that really just happen? There are certain moments that shatter the illusion of Hollywood perfection. The kind where the laughter stops, the smiles fade, and the tension in the room becomes so thick, you can practically feel it through the screen. That's exactly what happened the night Brad Pitt appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live, and ended up walking off the set after a heated exchange that nobody saw coming. What was supposed to be a relaxed, funny, promotional interview quickly spiraled into an awkward, raw, and very real clash between two men who have spent their entire careers in front of cameras. But on this night, the mask slipped, the charm was gone, and what remained was something unscripted, unfiltered, and unforgettable. Let's take you through everything that happened, moment by moment, what led to the outburst, what was said off camera, and how Hollywood reacted in the aftermath of one of the most unexpected late-night confrontations in years. The night began like any other. The studio audience was packed. The energy was high. Jimmy Kimmel's opening monologue delivered laughs and applause as always. The guest lineup was stacked. But all eyes were on one name, Brad Pitt. He was there to promote his latest project, a gripping historical thriller set in post-World War II Europe. A serious, emotional film that had already generated Oscar buzz. Pitt had been doing interviews all week, and this appearance on Kimmel was meant to be the capstone, the last stop on a successful press tour. The audience erupted into cheers when Brad finally walked onto the stage. Dressed in a tailored charcoal suit with his signature relaxed swagger, he looked like everything we expect from a movie star. He waved, smiled, even hugged Jimmy as they sat down across from one another. But those paying close attention noticed something different. Brad's smile was faint. His eyes didn't light up like they usually do. He looked tired, not physically tired, but emotionally spent. Maybe the week had worn him down. Maybe something else was bothering him. Either way, the first sign of tension was already in the air. Jimmy started the interview with light banter. He joked about Brad's youthful looks, teased him about the number of children he has, and made a reference to his past relationships. Classic Kimmel stuff. The audience laughed, but Brad didn't. Instead, he gave Jimmy a look that said, "Really? We're going there?" Brad tried to redirect the conversation toward the movie. He gave a thoughtful answer about the film's themes, its relevance in today's world, and what drew him to the role. But Jimmy didn't seem interested in staying on that track. He interrupted with another joke, this time, a jab at Brad's ongoing custody battle. Brad's smile vanished completely. There was a moment, just a second, where everything went silent. The audience didn't know whether to laugh or hold their breath. Brad leaned forward, clasped his hands, and said quietly, "Jimmy, I came here to talk about the work. If you want gossip, maybe book someone else next time." The audience gave a nervous chuckle. Jimmy, sensing the tension, tried to play it off. "Oh come on, Brad, you know we're just having fun. That's what this show's about." But Brad wasn't buying it. "Yeah, fun at someone's expense," he shot back. "You want to joke about me? Fine, but don't bring my family into it." Now the room was dead silent. No laughter, no smiles, just stunned faces staring at the stage. Jimmy tried to smooth things over. All right, let's reset. Tell us about the film. I hear the shoot was pretty intense." Brad exhaled slowly, nodded, and began to talk about the challenging shoot. But his tone had changed. He was measured, cautious, and clearly still angry. Then Jimmy, perhaps in a desperate attempt to bring the energy back, interrupted again. "So was this the kind of shoot where you got to take your shirt off and show everyone you're still in Fight Club shape?" That was it. Brad looked at Jimmy, stood up, and said, "You know what? I'm done." The audience gasped. Jimmy tried to recover. "Brad, come on. We're live. Just relax." But Pitt was already walking off stage. He waved briefly to the stunned audience and disappeared behind the curtain. The cameras cut to commercial. No one quite knew what to say. Was it real? Was it a stunt? Did something happen backstage before the interview that set this off? According to multiple crew members who spoke anonymously, Brad had already been irritated before stepping onto the stage. One said he had an argument with his publicist just minutes before showtime. Another claimed Brad specifically asked for no questions about his personal life, especially regarding his children or ex-wife. If that's true, then Jimmy's line of questioning may have crossed a boundary that had been clearly set. After the walk-off, chaos erupted backstage. Producers scrambled to adjust the rest of the show. The next guest, musician Billie Eilish, was rushed into makeup. Kimmel had to return to the stage and fill time, telling the audience, "Well, that didn't go as planned. Let's take a breath and come back with Billie Eilish in just a moment." But even he looked shaken. His usual confidence was gone. And you could tell, this wasn't part of the plan. Later that night, social media exploded. Clips of the moment were uploaded within minutes. #BradPitt and #KimmelMeltdown were trending globally. Everyone had an opinion. Some said Brad overreacted. Others felt Jimmy was out of line. But most people agreed on one thing. The moment was uncomfortable to watch, and it felt real. Journalists and bloggers dissected the footage. Body language experts weighed in. Fans shared theories. And within 24 hours, the headlines were everywhere. Brad Pitt storms off Kimmel's stage. Kimmel crosses the line with personal jabs. Late-night TV just got way too real. Both camps remained quiet for the first few days. Neither Brad nor Jimmy issued a statement. But that only fueled speculation. Then, on the fourth day, Brad posted a short video on his personal account. No music, no fancy production, just Brad, sitting in front of a plain background. "Hey everyone, I just want to say, what happened the other night wasn't planned, and it definitely wasn't a publicity stunt. I was tired, I was frustrated, and I let it show. I don't blame anyone for doing the job, but I also think we've got to do better in how we treat people. That's all. Take care." The response was overwhelmingly supportive. Fans praised his honesty. Celebrities posted messages of encouragement. Even critics admired the simplicity and sincerity of his words. A day later, Jimmy addressed the situation during his monologue. "I've been doing this show a long time, and sometimes you swing and miss. The other night, I missed. I said some things that hit harder than they should have. I reached out to Brad, and we've spoken privately. We're good, and I hope you guys are too. That was that, or so we thought." Behind the scenes, this incident sparked a much larger conversation in Hollywood. Publicists began demanding stricter interview guidelines for their clients. Late-night shows quietly reviewed their prep material. And some celebrities started to reconsider appearing on programs known for roasting or digging into personal lives. The incident became a case study in media relations. Universities used it in communications courses. Magazines published think pieces about the shifting balance of power between celebrities and the media. And the world saw, perhaps for the first time in a while, just how human these icons really are. Brad Pitt went on to win critical acclaim for his film. He gave a few more interviews. Carefully selected, deeply respectful ones. Jimmy Kimmel continued hosting his show, perhaps a little more mindful of the lines not to cross. And the audience. We got a rare glimpse of something real in a world full of performance. It reminded us that even the most composed, experienced, and adored people have limits. That boundaries matter. And that sometimes, walking away is not about weakness, it's about dignity. In the end, maybe the real story here isn't the clash itself, but what came after. A moment of reflection, growth, and, hopefully, better conversations going forward. Thanks for watching. If you were in that audience, how would you have reacted? Was Brad right to walk away? Was Jimmy pushing too hard? Let us know in the comments below. And stay tuned, because in Hollywood, you never know when the next unexpected moment will change everything.